It goes without saying that the great loss of 49 beautiful souls should ignite love and compassion. It is also okay if it fills us with great sadness and anger. Many politicians deny that this was a hate crime against our community, just as their predecessors denied the scourge of AIDS, even as the bodies of our dead mounted. So we must continue to speak this truth for them. Make no mistake, we were the target. But the Latino and Black LGBT communities in Florida were hardest hit. Nearly all the victims were people of color, many originally from Puerto Rico. Their communities will be forever changed, just as this community was forever changed 17 years ago when Gary Madsen and Winfield Mauder were brutally murdered in their bed. Two deranged brothers pulled the trigger. Hatred and homophobia loaded the gun, just as it did in Orlando. As LGBT people, we are never surprised when violence rips into our lives. It is our reality. A gay poet, James Allen, wrote recently, just hours after Orlando, "Each time I go out, there is a chance I will not return." Every gay person knows we live with targets on our back. Make that first shot count. No longer will we succumb to going down without a fight. We are a people accustomed to loss and to battle, ignored by our own government that legislates against us when it is politically expedient, and overlooks the crises in our communities whenever possible. But we are warriors in a movement of many colors and contingencies, as we see here tonight. The lesbian poet Minnie Bruce Pratt wrote just moments after the massacre, "Mourn for the dead and fight for the living. Our grief and anger is not a cry for hatred. LGBTQ pride is in our worth and in our dignity and in our fight back against anti-Muslim hate, against anti-immigrant, anti-Mexican, anti-Latinas hate, against the war on Black people and people of color, against anti-trans hate from state legislatures, against anti-woman rape and baiting, against those who slur and attack people with disabilities, against a state still at war with indigenous people, against a ruling class who wars on workers worldwide." This great loss should inspire us to march harder, to yell louder, and to be more proud every time we see a queer person living their complete truth unapologetically. We must continue to take action to not let this be swept under the rug of political expediency, to not let the stories and voices of our communities throughout the world be silenced. That is how we will heal. That is where we will find hope.